Hey guys, and thanks for signing up to YPC Group. What I wanted to do in this video was give you a bit of an introduction into the group, about who we are, what we do, how we go about doing things, what's unique about us, but more importantly about how you're going to benefit by working with us, by looking at the education, by reading the education, reading the books, by watching my videos, by actually working with us and buying property through us and allowing us to source it and do the due diligence and all these sort of things. So, by way of introduction, my name is Brett Alegre-Wood. I'm founder of YPC Group. I founded it back in 2004. You probably hear the Australian accent. I'm Australian, yes, but I've been living in the UK since 2002. Worked in property back in Australia. I was a mortgage broker back there, as well as an estate agent. So I've got a really good, broad range of experience in property. And really, for the last almost 20 years, I've been working in property, and that's what I do. It's what I eat, sleep, breathe. When I wake up in the morning, what I think about, and before I go to bed at night, what I think about as well. So it's that sort of passion, and that's the thing you're going to get through everything I do, and through the team that you're going to work with, and my team. Very passionate about property. 2002, I come to the UK, so I've been here almost 10 years, or just over 10 years now. And really, in 2004, we started YPC, and I started it. Originally, it was called Your Property Club. I started it because what I noticed, the difference between Australia and the UK was that in the UK, that we were just starting to get to know buy-to-let investment property, and that. So people were very naive. So I called it Your Property Club because what it was about all the things that Your Property Club are telling you that are wrong, misguided, deceptive, myths, all these sort of things. And we've evolved since then. So, in 2006, we started doing UK focused wholly on UK, so London and UK stuff. 2010, we went international. So if you're watching this video from overseas somewhere, 2010 was when we started, and now probably 50% of our business is done through Asia and the Middle East. Okay, so we've really become a worldwide company, if you like now. And the group we have over 50 staff right now, and we're currently growing across 3 countries. And really, I mentioned before that specialist in London and UK property. Unlike most of our competitors who, when things got tough in 2007, 2008, and through to sort of 2011, what we did, we focused on what we knew, which was new build, off plan, and we focused on London and UK. We didn't go into international markets, we didn't go into student lets and hotel room and all this other alternative investments. We stayed true to the core strategy. And I think that's because what I realised was that actually going out and doing all these other things doesn't necessarily work very well for your portfolio. It might work very well for the bank balance of the people who own the property companies, but not necessarily for you guys. It creates lots of time and energy. So what you're going to find throughout this whole thing and our relationship is that we're very focused on doing what we do best, okay? And we talk about strategy, we talk about structure, we talk about portfolio management. We're going to talk a lot about the things that you might be sitting there thinking, I don't really understand that, but actually when you listen to it and you understand it, you're going to realise that it makes sense, feels right, and you know that that's the direction you should be heading. So let's have a look at the sort of points of differences that we talk about and what YPC Group is all about. So the first thing is our whole overriding philosophy is that we do everything for you. Okay. So if there's something to be done, whether it be carpets, flooring, curtains, furniture, letting the property, managing the property, whether it be finding a mortgage broker, the conveyancing, a few of those, like the conveyancing will always be outsourced to a third-party company. They'll be representing your interests, but a lot of the stuff is done with people that we've been working with for a very long time. We've been doing this since 2004, so it's not a case of, we just showed up overnight, and it's not a case of we didn't survive the recession. We've actually been through it, and we've been through the whole thing. So, really the whole philosophy is that we'll do everything for you. You're sitting in your chair, you've got to make the decisions, you've got to take the responsibility at the end of the day because it's the mortgage that you're signing, okay? But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you'll have us holding your hand there and guiding you through every step of the way, all right? Now, what we like to call ourselves is a buyer's agent. Now, most agents out there, estate agents, are what we call seller's agents. They represent the seller, okay? And what that means is that they want to get the best price for the seller. We want to get the best price for the buyer. So we're negotiating on your behalf, and we use our bulk, ability to negotiate bulk deals, as well as the relationships we've got with a lot of developers. A lot of developers, we're their first point of call. So you're going to find a lot of property that you might see advertised in exhibitions or in newspapers or on the website. Actually, we may have already looked at it and we may have already been doing deals on it. So, we've got a really good presence, especially in London now, especially in London, but also all around the UK, partially because, well, a large degree, because we stayed true to our strategy, our core strategy. So we're buyers agents representing your interest. One of the big things for me as an investor, okay, because if you want to understand YPC Group, understand me as an investor, because everything I do and the way I've set up the business is done in such a way that I would do my own personal portfolio, and in fact I do my own personal portfolio this way, okay? And really one of those key things that I talk about is the depth of due diligence, research, and what I call a 2-year cash flow, all right? So what I'll take you through in other videos, the specifics of those and explaining them to you and why they're so beneficial. But what you're going to find, the big difference between everyone else and us is the depth of due diligence and the cash flow that we go into. And that's going to give you a lot of clarity, a lot of certainty, because at the end of the day, that's one thing that a lot of agents don't want to give you. They want to brush you over, they want to give you a glossy brochure, they want to give you the headline points. They don't want to get into the depths of the due diligence and research. That's what we do. So every single property we sell has a 30-page due diligence document with it. It has a cash flow worksheet that goes through everything that you're going to pay or you're going to be needing to pay, including provisions and void periods, all those sort of things for 2 years. Okay. Another thing, our guarantees. Everything we do, okay, we look at putting guarantees around it. So it might be the 2-year rent guarantee, it might be the 100 quid rent guarantee, it might be the 24-hour sleep test. And I'll talk you through these in a separate video, but the key to these is that everything we do is designed so that if we stuff up, if we don't do the right thing, we end up paying. Now that's the reason behind that is I want to get into business with you, I want to build a relationship with you, I want to be the one building your portfolio, I want to be the one supporting you, I want to be the one working with you over a long period of time. And in order to do that, we need to get started. We need to get that first one underway. So this is why I have these guarantees here, so that if we do the wrong thing, if we stuff up the realistic rent that we offer you or that we say you're going to get, then we end up paying for that. More on those guarantees later. The real key of the philosophy, if you like, or the way I do things is what I call set and forget, okay? Set and forget. Everything in your portfolio should be set up in such a way that you can forget about it on a day-to-day basis. And if you can do that, you will become a successful investor, all right? And what I do here, my background prior to property was in personal development, okay? Personal development. So it was very much about, goal setting, life purpose, passion, energy, all that sort of stuff. The motivational speaker type stuff. And what I've done is I've combined those principles of success with property investment. Now most of these property investment principles, you're already going to know what they are. You've already going to be hearing them. But all we do is we mesh them together and they work really, really well together. And that's one of the reasons why we've got so much success and why we've been around so long and we've been able to weather the storm, okay? Look, one of the big philosophies about myself is that most of this learning and most of this process and this this journey you're going to go on is not going to be done 9 to 5 while you're at work. It's going to be done in 5 to 9, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. at night times. That's when you'll be sitting down there processing information, thinking about things. So you need to know that you've got the team available then, and that's why all our team have mobile phones. So it's not a case of offices closed, we don't want to know you, okay? At the end of the day, I say 24 hours, 6 days a week, all right? We generally take Sundays off, all right? But what it means for you is you've got the availability to call us. Look, obviously email, and all the latest technology that we use. But you're dealing with a professional team here. Many of these guys that work for me, have worked for me, for over 5 years. So, it's not a team that's just been assembled overnight. Many of these guys have been doing this for a very long time, and they know what it is that they need to do for you in order for you to be successful. Whether it be sourcing the property, whether it be putting carpets in, whether it be letting the property, and the guarantees we've got around that. Look, one of the other things too with being an organisation like ours is it's not just about making money. It's not just about getting out there and flogging lots of property. Okay, so what we've got is YPC Giving. And YPC Giving is, if you like, the charitable or community arm of the business. And really, it's things like one of the team, she's passionate about a school in Zambia. So we've been helping that out, sending lots of crayons and clothes and balls and all sorts of things over there. We've got an acre of woodland forest out, just north of London. So there's lots of stuff we're doing. To date, I think we've raised over £70,000, that we've given to charity. So it's not just about making money, because one of the things you're going to realise in doing this is we can talk to you till the cows come home about property investment. But the reason behind doing property investment is lifestyle. And if you can understand that key point, lifestyle, and that's what you want to achieve out of this, and it's your individual lifestyle. It's not the lifestyle that we say you should have, or it's not the lifestyle that society says you should have. It's about what do you want to achieve out of your life, and that's what we're going to help you achieve. So it's much more than about buying a property. I often joke with the team and a lot of the clients, I don't run a property company, I run a lifestyle company. And when you think of it like that, it's a much bigger thing, it's a much bigger aspect. It's not just about, let's get another property, let's get another property. It's about integrating all of those aspects of lifestyle into building a portfolio and making sure that we're taking a long-term view, because that's one of the biggest things that is missing across the industry. And that's not just in the UK, that's in everywhere I've dealt with, right around the world, property markets. Everyone has far too short a view or a vision for what property is or what it should be. It's a long-term asset, it's a long-term strategy. Now look, the big key thing that I notice with most people, when they start off in property, they have no systematic process to build and manage their portfolio, and that is one of the keys that we're going to give you. So guys, look, what I want to do, I want to leave it there. That gives you a brief overview of some of the stuff and detail that I'm going to get into. Hopefully it's sort of triggered a few points. You're going to find in the email that's attached to this, there's lots of places you can go on the website, go and explore the website. There's lots of information there. Over 1,000 blogs, 80 hours of videos. You've got books, you've got booklets, you've got all sorts of stuff. Everything that you could possibly need in order to build a portfolio, we've got it there ready for you, to use. And look, I want to encourage you to speak to one of the team members, because really, if we're going to get this relationship off, what we want to do is build a level of trust, and hopefully that's what I'm going to do to you over the next few weeks. Get you to the point where you can go, actually, I like these guys, Brett makes sense, the stuff they're doing seems to stack up. Hey, let me have a chat to one of the team. And that's what we really want to do. Look, you're going to find them really helpful, but beyond just being helpful, okay, in answering your questions and that, you'll find them pretty knowledgeable, okay? I'm very focused, and we're very focused on education, all right? Now, to help you get started, what I wanted to do was offer you a free copy of my book, The 3+1 Plan. It's my best-selling book, okay? And what I want you to do is have a read of that, because that'll give you a really good foundation base to understand who we are, what we're about, and the foundation that we're going to build on. And really, this is what we build all portfolios on. So whether you've got 20 or 50 or 100 already, it doesn't matter, okay? Or whether you're starting off with just one, this is the information that you need to build that foundation. And I can tell you, most of what you're going to read is going to make perfect sense. So it's not going to be new information. It's not stuff that I amazingly, intuitively, created. It's actually stuff that my mentors and their mentors and that people have known for hundreds of years that have been investing in property. So guys, look forward to speaking to you real soon, but please, I encourage you, speak to the team. I've asked them to give you a call anyway, so please take their call, have a chat with them, get all your questions answered, get to know us, okay? You're going to find that we're not going to try and pitch your property on the first call. I'm not interested in that. Get to know us, get to trust us, get to see that what we're doing actually stacks up, makes sense, and then we can move forward and build you that portfolio we want so that you can achieve the lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Okay guys, have a great day, and remember, live with passion.